Greetings and salutations everyone, and I hope you're all happy and healthy out there. And welcome back to the channel for another 1/6 scale figure unboxing and review. And today we're going to be taking a deep dive into Redman Toys 2.0 version of Dracula, aka Gary Oldman from the 1992 Francis Ford Coppola movie Bram Stokers Dracula. The review will take the usual format. We'll have a quick look at the box, then it'll be down onto the table for a look at all the accessories, then it will be out with the Prince of Darkness himself for an up-close and personal look, and then we'll be wrapping the whole thing up with the usual showcase at the end. But before we dive into it, the usual shout-outs and background. Firstly, to everyone who subscribed to the channel, thank you all in spades. And to William Wang over at One Man's Hobby for sourcing me this figure. If it's figures or statues you're after, check out his website. There'll be a link in the description below. And if you haven't already, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon. You will be helping us to keep doing what we're doing here at Go Figure, and it'll be greatly appreciated. So please mash those buttons at every opportunity. So, background. Regulars to my channel will already be aware of my passion for all things horror, and in particular Dracula. I am a huge fan of Coppola's 1992 take on the legend and Gary Oldman's excellent performance in that movie. I'm not going to go into the whole Rainman, Redman recast thing. That debate has already been done, and we put that to one side. But I will say from the get-go, I have never owned the original Redman version of this figure, which I believe was released about 5 or 6 years ago. So any improvements Redman may have made, it will be down to you to decide if they're there. I've had a look at some of the online stuff, the reviews, the photos and so on, so I might be able to hazard a guess if there have been any improvements, but I can't say definitively as I've never had it in hand. But what I can say is I do own the Dracula Red 2.0 version, and I think that is a stunning figure. And there'll be a link to the review at the end of the end of this video. So if you want to check that out, please have a look at it. But that's enough of my vampiric ramblings. Let's take a look at this box. It's the usual Redman story here. Relatively small box. We'll stop it from spinning. It is magnetically clasped. People who know Redman will know what we're looking at here. Nothing fancy at all. Very little has gone into the packaging on this. It's a simple magnetically clasped box, relatively small. What you've got on the front here is Redman Toys in this sort of high gloss red foil lettering, 1/6 scale collectible figure, Dracula blue at the bottom, then some credits there, and you bring it round, and really there's nothing else on the box itself other than this warning at the bottom here, and that's it. Don't piss this figure off, or you might wake up in an asylum. So yeah, that is really it. There is nothing going on here other than that. As I mentioned, we'll open this magnetic clamp up so you can take a quick look inside. Simply opens like this, and in the front you've got this foam inlay with the figure behind it, and that's it. That's everything you get. So this is a brand new figure. Literally, it's just arrived. It's gone straight in front of the camera. Brand new to me, brand new to the channel. So without further ado, let's dive down onto the table. Let's get all the bits and pieces out and have a look at all the accessories that come with your Dracula Blue figure. Okay, so here we are, down on the table with all the accessories that come with your Redman Toys Dracula Blue figure. Not a vast amount to go at here. I think we have to remember at this point that Redman Toys, we're working to a price point here, so expecting a boatload of accessories is never going to be on the cards. But yeah, this is what he comes with, so we'll have a quick look. There's no swap out hands or anything like that. Take a quick look at the stand first. What you get is one of these bog standard oval bases, and regulars to my channel will know I am not the world's biggest fan of these things. Very rarely use them, if ever at all. It's just your standard solid plastic oval base with a sticker on the top. I do like the sticker though. I will give that to Redman Toys. I am a big fan of this logo with the sort of the two wolves at either side and the vampire in the middle. And I do like the Dracula font and this sort of marble effect in the background. Just appeals to me. Yeah, so a nice sticker, but as I say, not something I'll be using in the display. One thing I did notice from doing a little bit of research on the first version of this and the second version, I believe that the first version of this, actually the sticker wasn't adhered to the base and came separately, and you had to put it on yourself. So that's one difference here. And I will mention at this point as well, if there is anybody out there watching this and they have the original and they see this video and they see the 2.0 version, I would be really, really grateful for anybody to pop a comment in the comment section below. Is this genuinely a 2.0 or is it just a reissue dressed up as a 2.0? I'd be fascinated to find out. But yeah, that's the base. Comes with a standard issue crotch grabber. You simply slot it in there and there's your stand. So what else do you get? The cane. Now, having done some research, it looks like this cane is pretty much identical to the one that came in the first version. The body of the cane itself is just black plastic. Simple as that. There's no paint applications on there. No, nothing really. It's just straight black plastic. The head of the cane, and I'll try and get this into shot, is very, very nice actually. It's solid metal, and it's what looks like a dragon. There's some paint applications on there to give it a bit of aging. It's nice and shiny and well sculpted. The screen accuracy, I have to go back and revisit the film itself. I've not actually watched it for I would say about 6 months, but I will go back. But looks relatively screen accurate to me, and is nicely done. So yeah, that's the cane. The top hat. Now, this is all one piece of sculpted plastic, and yeah, the band itself and the rim have got this sort of grey stroke blue paint on them. Now, I believe, I'm pretty certain here that this top hat is too tall. This isn't the right size. I believe the top hat itself was a little bit shorter than this in the film, so the screen accuracy is off there. Doesn't look like there's been a change here from the original release and this release with this hat. Just looks like they've used the same molds and done the same top hat. But yeah, not much by the way of paint applications on here other than that blue rim and that blue band, which is sculpted in. In fact, I'm not sure there are any paint applications at all, whether this is just the colour that the plastic came out of the mould. But yeah, that's the top hat. And having once again done my research, I believe it struggled to fit on the head, this. But we'll check that out when we bring the figure out. So yep, that's the top hat. And finally, the blue glasses. Now, I don't believe they came in a box like this with the first run of these figures. Good to see they've actually put them into this plastic box to protect them in transit. Inside the plastic box, and I don't think I'm going to take these out of the... well, I will. Let's be brave. Let's jump in. What's the review if we don't actually get these things in hand? If I don't drop these, it'll be a miracle with my sausage fingers, but we'll try and get them out. And yeah, so the glasses themselves, and try and get these into shot so you can see them. So yeah, it just looks like... well, it's all one piece of sculpted plastic. Well, it's actually, I say one piece. The lenses are, looking close at this, the lenses are actually separate and the frame is glued onto them. But yeah, the front side here is super shiny, super high gloss. Perhaps not the best sculpt in the world. There's some bubbles around the edges there, but yeah, very delicate. So handle with caution. But they look screen accurate. The colour looks about right. So yeah, there you have it. That's the glasses, the spectacles. So we'll put those back in that box. So there you have it. That's all the accessories that come with your Dracula Blue figure. So without further ado, let's bring out the Prince of Darkness himself in formal wear. Let's get him onto the stand, onto the turntable, and have a close-up look at him. Okay, so here he is, straight out of the box, straight onto the stand, straight onto the turntable. It is Gary Oldman, aka Dracula, Dracula Blue, given to us by Redman Toys. So first impressions, bit of a mixed bag here on this one. Some good points, some not so good points. The proportions look spot on. The cut of the outfit looks screen accurate to me. Yeah, but there are some immediate issues that spring to mind, which sort of give me a feeling that maybe this is a reissue rather than a 2.0 version. But we'll do as we always do. We will start at the bottom and work our way up and take a close-up look at this guy. So let's stop him from spinning and get him into camera. So yeah, let's get him off this stand and get him under the lights so we can have a close-up look. Straight away, the suit does look It looks in proportion and it looks quite well made. But we'll start with the feet, as we always do. Very, very basic feet here. These are just simple. I'll try and get these into shot here. These are sort of what look like a simple boot design. Not much by the way of detail on there. There's no split cut boot design or anything like that, simply pegged straight into the legs, but there is some stitch work there. As I mentioned at the top there, we've got to remember that we're working to a price point here, so it's always going to be a bit of a compromise. Yeah, let's open up this coat and take a look at the pants. Now, the colour straight away. Now, I'm not going to criticise the colour too much, simply because of the suit overall, simply because having checked some stills from the film itself, there were times in the movie where it looked sort of purple, and times in the movie where it looked sort of grey. When he was under natural light out in the street, it had a more grey hue to it. But when he was indoors, it seemed to have a more purple hue to it. But so it's going to be a compromise, and it's this grey with a very, very slight purple hue to it. I'll try and get this under the white light here, because I think these purple lights in the background might be affecting that. But as you can see there, yeah, it's a grey with a purple hue to it. The stitch work is very good. And the pants look in proportion, and they're well fitted. The stitch work down the side, nicely done. And you know me and my 6 scale stitch work, I won't bang on about it. But so yeah, the pants are in proportion. They're that high-waisted pants, those high-waisted pants that fit the actual screen costume itself. Coming up, we've got this waistcoat underneath. Now, difficult to say, once again, having revisited some stills from the film, it came off as being a darker grey, this, almost the same colour as the actual the pants and the overcoat, but they've gone for a lighter version here, but it's nicely done. It's a man-made fabric by the feels of it. It's got a nice silky look to it and a silky feel. There's no functioning pockets here. What you've got are snaps on here if you're wanting to take it off, but not something I'll be wanting to do. Let's take a look at the coat itself. Now, the cut of the coat looks pretty good, and the stitch work's pretty good as well. It's a cotton material, not the highest quality of cotton I've ever seen on a 6 scale figure, but it does the job. The lining is, once again, is man-made, and it's got these 2 sections here in the collars that run up. Once again, these are screen accurate, but the colour's slightly off because these are matching the waistcoat, which is, you know, is off anyway. So yeah, I would say these man-made sort of nylon, I think they may be nylon or polyester, something like that. Detailing on the lapels is slightly off as well, but it's got some nice stitch work on the collar there. Let's bring it round the back, take a look at the detailing there. Yeah, we've got buttons on the cuffs. Once again, screen accurate. Stitch work up the back is nice. The detailing is nice. Yeah. Overall, pretty well done at this price point. Let's take a quick look at our articulation before we move further up. Now, straight out of the box, this body has been done to a budget, shall we say? Yeah, it's not the best in the world. I mean, straight out of the box, as you can see here, we've got some very, very loose legs. This is not going to be a particularly high quality body, but you know, it is what it is at this price point. You've got a ratcheted joint at the knee there. There's no double ratchet, just a single one, so you're limited in the articulation on the legs there. You've got what feels like a ball joint in the hip, but it's quite loose, as I mentioned before. And it's the left and the right arm here that are quite loose. The right hand side is pretty good, but you can feel underneath, and collectors of 6 scale figures will know what I mean when you feel a body, and yeah, you know, you can feel the quality of the plastic through the clothing, and you know it's not the best body in the world. But as I say, working to a price point. So working our way up, you've got the ascot, which is already attached. And I believe in the first version of this it didn't come attached. It looks like they've actually attached it here, which is nice to see. It's got this high collared shirt underneath the ascot, which matches the colours of the coat itself. So yeah, stitch work pretty good. Screen accuracy, it's there, but overall the outfit's pretty good. So let's take a look at this head sculpt. Well, actually, before we do that, I did notice something else prior to bringing the figure out. While I was checking the screen accuracy, is this top hat is actually completely the wrong colour. It's a dark grey, it wasn't a black. It was almost the same colour as the suit itself. So yeah, Mr. Trick there with that hat. But yeah, moving on. Let's and these gloves as well should have been darker. They're sort of a light blue. They're almost black in the film itself. So yeah, a few shades darker on those gloves would have helped. And the gloves themselves are quite well sculpted. I'll try and get one into shot. I mean, there's nothing too fancy here. It's a simple sort of dark green paint application. The sculpt is okay. There's some creasing in there to sort of simulate leather, if the camera's picking this up, and there's some creasing in the palm as well. But little on the basic side. But as I say, always got to remember that price point. So onto the head sculpt now. This is making me feel even more like this is a reissue rather than a 2.0 version. This head sculpt, in my opinion, straight off the bat, is nowhere near as good as the Dracula Red that we recently reviewed on the channel. It's not even in the same ballpark. It's got a look of Gary Oldman about it, shall we say. And when you add the accessories, the cane, the top hat, and so on, and with that hairstyle and maybe the glasses as well, it will most certainly be unmistakably Gary Oldman from Bram Stokers Dracula. Just as a basic head sculpt itself, it's not really that good a Gary Oldman. It's there, but it's not brilliant. The paint applications are pretty good. You've got these sideburns running up here, which have been nicely painted, as is the moustache and the goatee. The eyes are nice and glassy. The skin texturing is pretty good. Let's get on to this hair. Now, straight away, the hair is too long, the style is off, and it's the wrong colour, which is the same, I believe, as the original version of this. The hair is almost black in the film, and this hairline is off as well. He has a much higher hairline than this, so I mean, I can't really pull this back. So I mean, they have attempted to sort of if the camera can catch this, this is sort of an attempt at putting a peak in there, but it looks a bit half-hearted, and it's just been drawn onto the head sculpt itself. That needs lowering. This hair does need some work, let's put it that way. I think he's going to be getting a trim, it's going to be getting a restyle, and it's going to be getting painted as well, to give it more screen accuracy. I think that will probably help this figure an awful lot, actually. But I think we'll do this in two parts, actually, to give you a better idea of how he looks with top hat, with cane and glasses, because I think that might alter this figure quite dramatically. But yeah, there you have it. That is Redman Toys Dracula Blue. Oh, and he nearly went and fell on us. Let's get him securely on the stand. This is the body, unfortunately, and my clumsiness, a combination of the two things. But yeah, so there you have it. What we'll do next is we'll cut to him with the accessories to see if that goes any way to changing this figure's appearance. Okay, so we've added the top hat, added the cane, added the glasses, and it most certainly is a step in the right direction. It's most certainly improved this figure tenfold. A few things did come out of actually attaching the accessories. Number one, those glasses absolutely don't want to stay on. Need to come up with some kind of solution for that. They literally, if you tilt the head forward, and this figure looks much better with his head tilted forward, the glasses just fall off. There's no friction there holding them on. Right now it's simply gravity. If I so much as touch this figure, they're going to fall straight off. Hands are not designed for this cane, so you've got to come up with some kind of balancing act to try and get him to hold the cane. It would have helped had there been a swap out hand, or just one of the hands was designed for holding the cane, but that's not the case. But as I say, we're working to a price point here. Adding the hat doesn't fit properly. It's currently balanced rather than fitted onto his head. Maybe a hairdryer, some hot water, you might be able to manipulate that. And also I'm going to be futzing that hair, cutting that hair, colouring that hair, so hopefully once that process has been done, that hat will sit properly on it, the top hat will sit properly on its head. Final thoughts on this before we go over to the showcase. Tough one, this, because at the end of the day we are looking at a price point, and I've got to take that into consideration maybe with the overall product itself. At the end of the day, had we been looking at something, and I daren't move him because he's leaning backwards a bit, but you know, had this figure come in at twice the price, then it would probably got a lot heavier dose of criticism from me. But I'm always at the back of my mind, I'm remembering the cost of this and the price point. At the price point, yeah, it's not bad. I would probably, at the price point, give it a 7.58, but just judging it as the figure on the screen accuracy, on the head sculpt, a 7, 6.5 to a 7. The head sculpt's okay, but off. The screen accuracy in certain areas is completely off. That hair is wrong. The body I would expect at a price point like this. So yeah, overall, for me, this is going to be, I'm going to use this figure as a base to produce something a little bit better. And what we'll do is hopefully do a before and after. We'll use this as a before video. And once I've done the mods to this, once I've altered that hair and made some changes, we'll revisit this figure and see how it looks. But yeah, we're gonna settle with a 7 on this one. So there you have it. That is Redman Toys Dracula Blue version 2.0, which I say under advisement because I personally think this is simply a reissue, but I'm sure someone will correct me in the comment section below if I'm wrong, or back me up if I'm right. But yeah, so I hope this review's been useful for you. What we got coming up on the channel? Well, in the not too distant future, we've got the in-art Batman that's on its way to us. We've got Og Toys, Duke Leto Atreides and Gurney Halleck from Dune. We've got the VTS Cloud Strife from the Final Fantasy VII Remake. What I'm really looking forward to is the Blitzway Astro Boy version 2.0. That's the deluxe edition, which is in transit as we speak. Obviously, the Caustic Plastic Horror of Dracula Twin Pack Deluxe Edition, still waiting on those. A raft of things from Present Toys, a load of 1/12 scale figures as well, and a load of 1/4 scale stuff coming up. So absolutely bags of stuff on the horizon. So please mash that subscribe button and that bell notification icon so you're not missing anything. And all it remains for me to say is thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves, and it's over to the show.